All right, here we go. Yes, y'all. Islam. I want to bring some more information to my people today, because I know you're tired of living in misery, living in pain, suffering. The presidents, the governors, all these senators, police, everybody else is making a living out of your misery, all right? So when I say Islam, I'm bringing knowledge to your godhood, all right? But since the republic was overthrown by the so-called democracy, this fraud, demonic people, they have taken power because of wars and distorted the children to a myth and a false education, which came through the murdering, killing off of the fathers and mothers at that time when the war took place. So most of our children who are grown folks now today, this day and age 2014, we're in a what we would say in a eponymous state of mind, in a state of psychosis constitutionally. So what I'm going to talk to you about today is what is a license? A license. A license is for people who are in colorable status. Colorable status. Colorable people has nothing to do with the Constitution. It doesn't have nothing to do with sovereign law. So let's start with what they did. Corporations did with their municipalities and statutes and codes and ordinances. They brought in what we would call a license. It's a permission from the slaveholders to the slaves. Now, listen to this. License or permit given by a sovereign power through officers of duty and impulse dealing with issues of imported goods, of a prince in a harbor, of another bringing and jurisdiction powers to charge them for a benefit for operating in a corporative capacity, in principle not applying to the natural person. Citizens of the land, but only to foreign corporations. So what they're saying is, license doesn't apply to natural people, citizens of the land. It applies to corporate people, corporations. You claim that you accept Negro, Black, and colored, African American, you accept these driver's licenses as your status, and they're dealing with a corporation. So you're a corporation. See here, and receiving benefits from a corporate capacity. That's what a license is. Tax on imports. So it deals with commerce and trade. You understand me? And when they come to you and tell you that you need a license to sell this, a license to open a store here, a license to sell liquor, a license to drive your car, a license to work, they're coming to you like this because they're going to have you to pay taxes, a driver's license, California ID, any type of taxpayer's card that they give to you is a tool to get you to pay taxes. Because remember, slaves have to pay taxes in order to do work, commerce, and trade. And Negro, Black, colored, African American slaves, they're in slave status. Now, I know you're going to get emotional, but what I'm trying to deal with those who wants to be educated, all right? Because those of you who are not educated will fall back to emotions, will fall back on what they believe because they lack knowledge. But see, if this is the only thing you're going to do, your children are going to follow suit. What you need to do is get this knowledge to get your children up out of this gut, this rut that we're in. If you don't want it, give it to them. All right? That's what a license is. Now, to bring yourself out of that status, you need to claim your nationality, claim your birthright, claim your sovereignty. Find out what it is. Find out who you are. But until then, you will be paying taxes to your master, to your God. You understand me? Now, I'm going to give you some things how to defend yourself when a corporate peer, a corporate security guard on the street with a gun and a badge who you call a police officer. Now remember, in order to be an officer, you have to be elected in. And last I know that we've known that the last officer was voted in or elected in was in 1929 back in Virginia somewhere. Look it up for yourself. So all these corporate pigs are here. They're using status, they're using ordinance, codes to control the slaveholders, slaves, which is you, colored man. So let's listen to this. I'm going to a little law here of protection. If a corporate pig stops you on the street dealing with law, first thing you should do is ask him, where's his nationality card? Alright? Where's your nationality card? That's for one. Then, your certificate delegation of authority order from Congress that proves the jurisdiction of whichever America you're talking about. And whatever constitutional government that you are aligned with. Remember, governments are established to protect your pre-existing rights, your inalienable rights. Now, if you would read the Constitution, it would apply to you, those of you who are sovereign people, those of you who know their identity. Remember, Negro, black, and colored doesn't have a bloodline name with a pedigree. What does it go back to? A slave boat? A jungle? What your flag look like? You can't go to the United Nations and get your flag and say, that's my flag. Then you're outside of the human family. And when you're outside of the human family, they have to govern these people who are outside of the human family. So if you continue to go with Negro, black, color, you're outside of the human family. Your children are outside of the human family. Telling me that you don't own nothing. You don't own nothing. Even when you get married, when the preacher says to you, by the power invested in me from the state of, that state takes control of the womb that you just married. I mean, they can come in your house. They can, when she separates herself from you, they can tell you what to spend, how much to give her. They take money at your check. You just gave them sovereign power through attorney over your own inalienable rights. This is what he got. That's why he tell you how much money to give her, or you got to get out your house. You got to give up that car. Same thing with the birth certificate. They come in. You ain't send your children to the slave school. You ain't feeding them right. Keep your hands up from them. Don't discipline like that. Discipline like this. Because of what? The birth certificate. Slave status. It's called wars of the state. When they tell me here to hear wars of the state, that lets you know that's the code word for slaves. Wars of the state is a code word. Black is a code. You understand me? These are code words. Read it, like I told you before. Read the 1724 Christian Black Code. These are codes that keep you mentally in bondage, keep you mentally in a state of psychosis, dealing with false beliefs. You understand me? So what you need to do, in essence, is go to the Moorish Science Temple of America and find out what Noble Drew Ali did. Find out what the Freeman Bureau did. Find out your true bloodline history. Find out your bloodline name. And then when the police try to give you a ticket, you can say to him, look here, man. You know that he took an oath of ethics. He took an oath for the Constitution to protect your inalienable rights. But Negro, black, and colored, this right doesn't refer to them because they're outside of the human family. So to bring yourself back into the constitutional fold of government, you need to claim your nationality and to claim your bloodline name and claim your right to claim your sovereignty. Because a European who you call white is not American. That's what he is. He's a European. But if you call him white, calling yourself black, you give him sovereign power over you and your children. That's why they use these corporate pigs. The only one who can really be saying anything to you is is the sheriff. You understand? And they're corrupt too. You understand? If you go into a court room, only one who's supposed to be able to talk to you is the matrix, the ministerial clerk. He's not a judge. Because the only judges deal with real sovereign law. The municipalities, these courts, are clerks. They deal with statutes, codes, and ordinances. They doesn't deal with real law. They can't deal with it. They can't practice law here. They're not sovereign to the man. They can't do it. So you need to take them to federal court, district court, a world court, international court. And then you can charge this man for whatever he's trying to enslave you when you claim your nationality, when you claim your birthright, when you claim your name. You understand me? He took an oath under the Constitution where if he does what he does better, you can ask him for his performance bond, stop his water, stop his money. And that's all a license there is to do, is to stop your money, stop your waters. If you see floating water on a river, that's what we call live water. If they stop that water, it's called dead water. You understand me? Similar to Moor too, Negro black colors. Similar to Moor too, dead in the eyes of the law. You understand me? But you're outside of law until you gain your nationality. You understand me? Help your children. Help yourself. The preachers ain't going to do it. The teachers ain't going to do it. All right? Ourself, law, and master. Master yourself. Master your mind. Master your history. I'm out.